A lot of news going around about Bari Weiss, who we've covered many times throughout the years because she's such a hardcore, shameless Zionist. And Likud mouthpiece, Likud lackey. What was the term she called Tulsi Gabbard on Joe Rogan? It wasn't lackey. She called her something, because whatever she called that is what she is of Israel. I'm forgetting the word. Somebody in the chat will know it. Cunt? No, it wasn't that. S. Toady, yeah, shill. It was toady. The word was toady. She's a toady for Netanyahu. And completely, I don't know who likes this girl. How she starts this media company now. It's bought out by Paramount. Bought out by Larry Ellison's son, who's running Paramount, owning Paramount. Buys out her little blog and Substack for $150 million and appoints her the editor-in-chief at CBS News. Her qualifications: she's a Zionist mouthpiece and a Zionist propagandist. So things are looking very Jewish at CBS News. What are they, the top 1 or 2 media news companies in the world? CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox. Wow. Bari Weiss. Seeing her from being like some nobody to blowing up to this life path, this is Jewish privilege. This is nepotism. No greater example of this. It was nepotism that she even got invited on Joe Rogan. The AI whisper voice is funny, right? Now she's the editor-in-chief of CBS. I'll expect a whole lot of Zionist propaganda out of CBS News now. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how closely they already were hardcore Zionist propaganda, but I imagine it was already really bad. I can't imagine it getting all that much worse, but I'm sure it will. Just a conspiracy, though, about this. Every conspiracy leads to Jews. You know, I said this once in the context that, like, this is what everybody always says, and it is true. This is what even the conspiracy theorists say, is that the Jews are behind every conspiracy, and then the Jews will say, yeah, these conspiracy theorists think that Jews are behind everything. I acknowledged that in an interview once, and then people clipped it out of context and said, oh, Adam's saying everything's a Jewish conspiracy, like, in some bad way. These Christians are such frauds. Did anyone see Tim Dillon's skit on this? The CB? Oh yeah, he dressed up like a rabbi and said, I'll look that up. That's funny. I'll find that. Yeah, because this has been talked about for a while, but it's been made official now.
There's a part of the right that is extraordinarily conspiratorial in its approach to the world and sees, forget about Israel, sees Jews as a sort of conspiratorial force in the United States, tries to manifest, tries to claim that all the problems in America are the responsibility of a foreign state or Judaism as a religion. And yeah, that's a conspiratorial force inside the right. It's, I think, extremely dark, and it is rising because social media.
But a lot of that divisive. But a lot of them were allies is the right word, but they were connected with us, right? I mean, a lot of these people are within those circles that you are part of, in a sense.
Yes.
And then, so like, how do they flip?
I mean, how did that happen? So, I mean, we're first like that. I think that, well, some of them were. I mean, I think someone's left, some of them were. I think that the social media incentive structures right now are truly terrible. So if you go on X, you're going to get a lot more likes and clicks if you are promoting an anti-Israel, anti-Semitic agenda than if you do the opposite. Same thing is true on TikTok. So
No, let me correct you there, Ben. If you do, which he also acknowledges, Christian anti-Semitism, he says, is low IQ anti-Semitism. That's what goes most viral. The E-Crusader kosher disinfo that Jesus was not Jewish, or that your main issue being Jews killed Jesus, or what's the other big anything about Jews being satanic. That's what gets the engagement. That's what's being propped up by the algorithm. That's what's being propped up by all the Abrahamic echo chamber. That's what's being used and highlighted in the mainstream press to justify the fear-mongering and the hate speech laws and the censorship. Look at this guy. This freeze frame is just too funny.
Financial thing, well, I think a lot more likes and clicks if you are promoting an anti-Israel, anti-Semitic agenda than if you do the opposite. Same thing is true on TikTok. So is there a financial thing? Well, I think some of it's financial. I think some of it
is Ben Shirt from Baby Gap. I think so.
Is that these people tend to believe in a lot of conspiracy theory about how the world works, and virtually every conspiracy theory at the end of it, unfortunately, is true, because where all the conspiracy theories go to is, and then who's successful?
Jesus is actually at the bottom of the conspiracy rabbi hole is Jesus, and he is Jewish. So in that sense, that's my take.
Right. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on
That was all our problem.
well, right. So they were good. Well, so the
Right? Like we used to.
I mean, if you are on the left, then you say there are people in society who have benefited from our systems of hell. Who are the people who are well educated and rich? Disproportionately, a lot of Jews are well educated and rich. Therefore, Jews are the bad guy. And you see a sort of horseshoe argument that's happening from the right, where the idea is that there are a lot of very wealthy, powerful, rich people in American society who are Jewish, and therefore they're in control of all the things I don't like. No, never mind that that's actually not even statistically true. The vast majority of powerful bankers in the United States are not Jewish. The vast majority of people in Hollywood are not only not Jewish, they're also not pro-Israel. And forget about any of that. The important thing is the conspiracy itself, and that's being promoted, unfortunately, day and night by a certain contingent inside the right, and it's growing because conspiratorialism right now is an incredibly sexy pitch, particularly for young people who are being told that the problems in their own life are not their fault and they can be solved by sort of there's a part of the right.
So here's the narrative everywhere. Like I told you was coming. The anti-Semitic, oh, they say we're satanic, oh, the blood libels, oh, this, all the things that are actually true get lumped in with the kooky stuff, and it all gets dismissed, and it all gives them victim status, and it all discredits the opposition. Mike Roth, disinformation expert, Mike Roth, Chris, yeah, they always say Jews aren't real because the word didn't exist until the 16th century. Well, I guess Jesus isn't real either then.
And it spreads instantly on social media.
Disinformation expert Mike Rothschild and former FBI and CIA Special Agent Tracy Walder. Great to have you both here. Mike, how do these spread? And by the way, why are we seeing so many anti-Semitic conspiracy theories?
Imagine being a disinfo conspiracy expert and your name is Rothschilds. That's really going to break through that the people that think the Rothschilds own everything. Like you're literally feeding into the stereotype. Feeding into the conspiracy, I should say.
Right now?
Well, as I wrote about in one of my books, all conspiracy theories essentially have a hint of anti-Semitism, and all anti-Semitism is based around conspiracy theories. It's very natural for an unexpected traumatic event like Charlie Kirk's murder, caught on camera in front of hundreds of people, instantly broadcast around the world, to send people spinning off into wild theories of what happened, why it happened, who did it. We had no idea for almost 2 days. That is a petri dish where conspiracism and paranoia are going to grow. And everyone is going to latch onto a different theory based on whatever your own personal beliefs are. Whatever you wanted the shooting to be, for that, it was you. And it spreads instantly on social media.
By the way, Mike, should we trust you? Aren't you a Rothschild? Aren't you behind everything?
I am a Rothschild. I'm not one of the Rothschilds. If I were, I would be living on my yacht and counting my paintings.
Okay, great. Because I thought that was a room on your yacht. I was mistaken. Okay, Tracy, let me go to you. There is a...
I got some more Bari Weiss stuff. I'm looking for the Tim Dillon. I thought he dressed up like a rabbi. Didn't he dress up like a rabbi? I'm not finding that one when I search his name. But I did find some other ones before we get to the Pope. Here's
money, $300 million. Where's my fucking money? $300 million, $250 million for Bari Weiss's blog. And everyone talks about, like, everyone's like, oh, the grift is to go against Israel. It's like, clearly not. The grift is $250,000 for the blog, for your blog. By the way, God bless. They don't like me anymore, which is fine because, again, you're on the team or you're not on the team. You criticize one thing, I mean, you're off the team. And again, it's no shade to Bari, $250 million. Is it worth that? I mean, it's a blog. I mean, it's a full blog. It's a blog. I mean, and it's a small YouTube channel.
Larry Ellison, who's a big Zionist, pays her off and makes her the head of their news division because she's an ultra-Zionist. It doesn't get any more of a proof of a conspiracy than that.
But apparently the brand equity.
New Yorker in exile sent $5. I think Musk has allowed anti-Semitic posts on X as part of some plan to train AI on anti-Zionist discourse. Just a sponge to perfect future censoring. Also, will your book be on Amazon?
I hope so. That's the plan. There and somewhere else if anybody doesn't like Amazon. I'm going to try to have 2 places that it could be purchased. Yeah, good point.
And by brand equity means I'm willing to argue for shooting Palestinian toddlers in the face. That's the brand equity of 250 sticks.
Does anybody have the link for him as a rabbi?
Give me 400 sticks. Ready? Here I go. The thing about the war and the thing that people are struggling to understand about
there it is.
Hamas.
I found it. Thank you.
Hamas, terrorists, Hamas, terrorists. Hamas? Is terrorism Hamas, New York City, blow up Trade Center, World Trade
Ladies
Center,
and gentlemen,
face, blood face, child killing, terrorism, death, terrorism, Iran, death, terrorism, your children, family, terrorism, theme parks, boom, boom, bridge, bad. And what we have to do is shoot toddler in his face. Thank you. 303. Thank you very much. That was very good. And 300 million for you. Anything else you'd like? That's good. Thank you so much. 300, and it's 300 million for you. But that's the argument. I mean, those are the arguments they make at the Free Press. It doesn't even, they don't even pretend, by the way. And God bless them, but they don't even pretend like there is no intellectual heft to any of the arguments. They're like, if Iran's not bombed, they're going to rape your mother. You're like, wait, what? My mother's dead. They'll dig her up. Wait, really? They're going to dig my mother up and rape her?
I like the background.
Well, they will. Just wait and see. They're going to come kill you.
All right, here's his rabbi thing. This is 50 minutes, though, so I'm not sure when he does the Bari Weiss thing.
My name is Tim Dillon. I want to first start by thanking Bari Weiss for giving me the opportunity to sit here with you at the iconic CBS news desk and deliver the news. CBS is a great American institution. I also want to speak directly to people who feel that there may be some changes coming at CBS or that the network isn't going to be recognizable. Nothing could be further from the truth. Here at CBS, we have a journalistic commitment to integrity, giving you both sides or all sides of every issue that matters to you. Bari is committed to delivering fearless, unbiased journalism, and she is incredibly aware. She is not a shill, and nor am I. I want to thank the Ellison family. I want to thank Paramount. I want to thank everybody who invested severely in me and Bari and the whole team at the Free Press. The investments made were intense. They were severe. And I want to thank everyone who took hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to make sure that you are getting fearless, unbiased news coverage from a team that's only agenda is the truth. Our only agenda is the truth.
The bagels on the desk is
thing
too
that we
funny.
are trying to do here. We are not trying to come on here and spin and say, hey.
Okay, not that funny. Maybe this will be better. Bari Weiss, head of CBS, says she doesn't know what Mossad is.
I'm the first one you've ever met, but you know.
Yossi Cohen, welcome to Honestly.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, a lot of people on the internet believe that you are my boss because they believe that I am a member of the Mossad.
Oh,
but
really?
this is actually the first time that I'm meeting you, or at least as far as I know, any member of the Mossad. So I'm very excited to meet you.
I'm the first one you've ever met, but you know.
There might be, I might have met people.
Might be others that you know the world.
First, I want to set the table for people because
She has 350,000
Mossad
subscribers
is an agency
on YouTube.
that is just shrouded in so much conspiracy and propaganda. Simple question, Yossi. What is the Mossad?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. New York, what's a fun thing people like there?
Hold on, let me see.
If you're a regular listener, then you've heard hundreds of conversations that I've hosted here on this podcast. Today, I'm doing something different. It's an announcement, and one that I'm so excited to be making. The Free Press is a news organization above all, so I'll get right to it. This morning, the Free Press is joining Paramount. This move is a testament to many things. The Free Press team, the vision of Paramount's new leaders, the luck of starting an independent media company at just the right moment, and the courage
I'm sure it was a bunch of luck. That's what it was.
Of my colleagues to leave behind old worlds to build a new one. But above all,
New World Order.
It's a testament to you, our listeners, our readers, and our subscribers. From day one, the promise and the business proposition of the Free Press was simple. We would marry the quality of the old world to the freedom of the.
Look at this. Bari Weiss says, this is exactly what the messaging should be. Get the vaccine and get back to life. Oh, great. Oh, great.
New. We would seek the truth and tell it plainly. And we would treat readers like adults capable of making their own choices.
A mandatory vaccine.
So many people told us this was no longer possible, that the premise of a media company built on trust rather than partisanship was at best a relic from the past and at worst a fantasy that never was. They said that the internet killed journalism forever, and that there simply weren't enough Americans out there in search of media driven by honesty, independence.
Oh yeah. You're just so honest. No, but no other Americans could be honest. Yeah, somebody made a point. I'd probably have more YouTube subscribers than her if I hadn't been banned.
You proved them wrong.
But
you
I'm
demonstrated
good.
that there is a market, a big
Free
one.
press owned by the Free Press owned by brought to you by Larry Ellison in Israel. The Free Press.
And you've given us a mandate to pursue that mission from an even bigger platform. I'm going to continue to lead this incredible community alongside my tireless team, remaining.
Didn't she write the article for New York? She left the New York Times, right? Because they weren't pro-Israel enough or something. She wrote the article in the infamous article in the New York Times about the intellectual dark web, where she promoted Joe Rogan and Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin and the Weinstein brothers, right? Wasn't that her article? Am I correct on that? Is my memory serving me correct here?
CEO and editor-in-chief of the Free Press, and of course, hosting this show. But as of today, I'll be taking on another title too. I'm now editor-in-chief of CBS News, working with new colleagues on the programs that have impacted American culture for generations. Shows like 60 Minutes and Sunday Morning, and also shaping how millions...
It was Meet the Renegades of the Intellectual Dark Web. That was her article, her opinion piece, propping up all these kosher mainstream alternative media players, anointed.
...of Americans read, listen, watch, and most importantly, understand the
Just
news.
work harder, Goy. You could run
In
CBS
retrospect,
too.
What the Free Press did is uncover an America hiding in plain sight. People who want to be surprised.
That's right. Elon worked with her in the Twitter files also, right? Good
People
point.
Who want
Thank
to
you.
learn. People who are open to changing their minds in the face of new facts. People who believe that curiosity is a virtue and who crave common sense in a world that feels upside down. People who resist the warmth of political tribalism, even as they...
Yeah, she rejects the political tribalism. Oh my God, she's total tribal Israel Zionist Jewish girl, saying she rejects tribalism. Give me a break. Oh my God, the gaslighting is... I've never seen such chutzpah. I cannot believe I just heard that come from her. Political tribalism.
And who crave common sense in a world that feels upside down. People who resist the warmth of political tribalism, even as they seek community with one another. And people who want logic and wit, not conspiracy theories and demoralization. Most of all, free pressers are people who want
logic and wit.
Truth. Because we understand that knowing is the only way to improve lives, our own and those of our fellow citizens. Being almost entirely a subscription business has kept us honest. We publish stories, we get subscribers. We build trust, we get subscribers. Story by story, hire by hire. That is what we have done.
I wonder how many subscribers. I'm sure she was already making a ton of money with however many subscribers she had. People subscribe through her website or Substack or something. I don't know.
News that the Free Press team has broken. The brilliant pieces by my colleagues that have made sense of this roiling and confused political moment. The conversations we've cracked open, including here on Honestly, and the merry band of brilliant misfits who have done it all. If you're new here, and welcome, you can learn more about what we do by going to the Free Press's website at thefp.com. What I can tell you is that this would not have happened without you, without our subscribers betting on us. It was those series of bets of $10 a month, that have built the Free Press, that have changed the culture for the better, and that now stand to help transform.
This girl's living a life of luxury off $10 subscriptions. Makes me want to give a plug for my Subscribestar. Subscribestar link below. I was banned from my subscriptions from PayPal. I was banned from my subscriptions from Patreon. I was banned all the subscriptions I built up on YouTube. I was banned from all the subscriptions I had built up on... what was the last one I was going to say? Subscribestar is where it's... Oh, Odyssey. I had subscribers on Odyssey. They took that away with Stripe. Just work harder, though. Just work harder.
One of the most important media companies in the world. Now, if you've been with me from the start, you may have questions like, wasn't the Free Press started precisely because the old media institutions had failed? Isn't the whole premise of this publication that we need to build anew? Why flee the New York Times only to head back into another legacy institution? In 2020, when I quit the New York Times, I left a job that on paper was exactly the one I had always dreamed of having. But the thing is, it wasn't the New York Times anymore. It was by then a fancy logo and a motto that many had abandoned in exchange for devotion to a set of narrow...
I won't torture us anymore with Bari Weiss. That's enough Bari Weiss for the day.